In this video I'm going to demonstrate how to set up the Dual Beam Pro HF antenna. The Dual Beam Pro comes in two packages: a long tube containing the 4 element pieces and the centre support rod, and a small box which contains the mounting clamp, the matching transformer, instructions and the accessory bits. The only tools you'll need for assembly are a flathead screwdriver, a 10mm spanner and a 13mm spanner. So let's get started. First I'm going to put on some protective gloves to avoid getting splints off the fiberglass rod. Then we're going to take the fiberglass rod and put it loosely into the main support clamp. It's going to go between the back plates, of which there's 2 for extra strength, and the clamp that supports it to the main mast. Note the orientation with the mast perpendicular to the support rod. Next we're going to take the main element tubes and slide the open end over the fiberglass rod. Both tubes are the same, so it doesn't matter which way around we get them. And then we're going to align the holes with the holes in the fiberglass rod. Take the 4 M6 bolts from the fittings packet. Align the holes in the tubes, the holes in the fiberglass support rod, and then insert the bolts right through the tube and the support rod as shown. Loosely screw the nuts onto the 2 outermost bolts only at this stage. I normally set the elements with the end element securing bolts facing upwards, but this is purely cosmetic. Take the angled connection strips again out of the fitting pack and fit those over the 2 innermost bolts and loosely put the nut on as shown here.
Rescue call. No, they only want you for themselves.
Now we're ready to fit the matching transformer, so first we're going to turn the clamp round so it's in the right orientation for the final assembly. Then remove the nut, the spring washer and one of the plain washers from each side of the matching transformer, leaving one washer in place. Now the matching transformer can be fitted into place with the coax connector towards you. Put the 2 connection strips over the studs, put on the plain washers and the spring washers, and then loosely tighten the nuts. For the purpose of this demonstration, I'm now going to attach the assembly so far to the main support pole. Depending on the configuration you have, then this may not be the appropriate time. You may want to do it at the end, but you'll see later on how that works. The support pole goes through the Jubilee clip on the back of the matching transformer, then through the back of the clamp to the main elements, and then that can all be tightened up. First tighten the 4 innermost nuts using the 13mm spanner. These hold the clamp onto the support pole. Then, after ensuring that the holes, clamp and transformer are all aligned centrally and in the right position, the 4 outer nuts can be tightened up. finally, using the screwdriver, tighten up the Jubilee clip to hold the matching transformer firmly onto the support pole.
With the landmines in the old sandpit, wait to fill my cup.
Again, for the purpose of the demonstration, I've got an old parasol stand here I'm going to use to support the stub mast. This is not essential, but it will help in showing you what I'm doing during the demonstration. Now the central element support assembly is complete. We need to go around and just make sure all the nuts are fully tightened and that everything's secured properly. Take one of the smaller end elements, and again doesn't matter which, they're both identical, and slide it through the hole in the end of the main element. This is a little bit fiddly, you just need to make sure you do it gently until the lines in the centre are aligned to show you that it's in the right place. Then tighten up the securing bolt with just a half a turn to make sure that the element is held in place. In the second accessories pack you should find 4 end caps which can now be slid onto the smaller end elements, one on each end of course. And then repeat the process for the other end elements. And now removing the protective cover from the matching transformer connector and putting on the coax cable ready for installation. In the accessories pack you'll find a length of self-amalgamating tape which we can use to seal up the connector. I'm going to use a small piece of ordinary tape just to hold it in place until the amalgamation has set.
Days, the best around. Tire of endless cheers.
I'm then going to make a small loop in the coax and tape that to the support pole just to relieve any tension from the connector.
We built a town, and I'm its mayor and I'm working tirelessly to do you.
Now to mount the antenna at its operating height. Clearly there are many ways this can be done, either on a mast or, in my case for the demonstration, on a lightweight bracket attached to the wall. Although the Dual-Beam Pro is a lightweight antenna, I would recommend that 2 people are engaged in doing this task, and also remember to observe all working at height regulations of course. As its name suggests, the Dual-Beam Pro is a bidirectional transmitting and receiving antenna, and the main lobes go out at right angles to the main element. You could use a rotator if you'd like to turn the antenna to your desired direction, or simply mount it in the direction where you most want to use for transmit-receive. For operation across all the bands you will require an external ATU such as the LDG Z11 Pro 2. Well, that's it for now. Thanks for watching and please feel free to get in touch if you have any further questions.